There is a war raging inside you, and it began long before you ever knew how to fight. It is a war for your thoughts, a battle for your beliefs, a silent conquest waged every day in the shadows of your mind. Most will lose this war without ever realizing it. They will live their entire lives under invisible rulers. Fear, doubt, conformity, never seeing the chains that hold them, but not you. You are here because something in you refused to sleep. Something in you still burns. Something in you remembers. You were never meant to serve smallness. You were never meant to live by the limits drawn by lesser men. You were never meant to bend the knee to fear. You were meant to rule. And if you would claim your crown, if you would live the life that whispers to you in the dark hours, you must begin here by revolutionizing your mind. Because the truth is brutal and beautiful. Change your mind and you change your life. Revolutionize your mind and you revolutionize your destiny. The architects of history, the Carnegies, the Fords, the Rockefellers, the Washingtons, they were not handed power by chance. They seized it from the only place it ever truly existed, within themselves. They did not wait for permission. They declared war on limitation. They seized the fortress of their own thoughts, overthrew the tyrants of doubt and fear, and crowned themselves masters of their fate. And you are standing at the same threshold they once faced. The question is not whether greatness is possible for you. It is whether you will dare to claim it. Because the gates of destiny do not open for the cautious. They are stormed by the relentless, by those willing to burn the old maps, to tear down the old walls, to rise in rebellion against every thought that dares to keep them small. Your mind is the battlefield. Your thoughts are your weapons. Your beliefs are your banners. And today, you march. You rise, you revolt. Because a mind once awakened cannot be caged again. And once you seize the crown of your own mind, the world itself will kneel before the new sovereign you become. Understand this. The mind is not neutral. It is either your greatest ally or your deadliest enemy. It is either constructing the life you dream of or fortifying the prison you fear. Every thought you allow to linger, every belief you accept without question, every habit you tolerate. They are either bricks building your throne or stones building your tomb. There is no standing still. There is no neutrality. You are either ascending or declining, growing stronger or weaker, becoming freer or falling deeper into unseen chains. And it all begins in the mind. Every empire, every towering testament to human achievement began not with action, but with thought. The thought of a bridge where others saw a canyon. The thought of a machine where others saw impossibility. The thought of a new nation where others saw only submission. Before the skyscraper touches the clouds, it exists fully, completely, vividly within the mind of its creator. Before the fortune fills the vaults, it is minted first within the imagination of its builder. Before the name is etched into the pages of history, it is first written across the soul of the one who dares to believe it. This is the immutable law. All external reality is born from internal revolution. If you want different results, you must think different thoughts. If you want a life beyond the reach of the ordinary, you must nurture a mind beyond the reach of fear. The weak wait for evidence before they believe. The strong believe and thereby create the evidence. You must become such a mind so fierce in its vision, so unyielding in its belief, that the world itself cannot help but rearrange itself to match your new internal command. You are not a passive observer of reality. You are the architect of it. You are not a beggar at the gates of life. You are the master key. But first, the revolution must begin. You must take your mind back from every voice that has ever told you to play small. You must seize it from every ghost of failure, every whisper of self-doubt, every inherited fear passed down by those who surrendered before you. You must wage war against the old self, the hesitant self, the fearful self, the half-alive self, and you must win. Not someday. Not when it feels easy. Not when the timing is perfect. Now, because revolution waits for no one. It rewards only those who strike first, who strike hardest, who strike without mercy against the lies that have caged them for too long. This is the first command of your new life. Take back your mind. Take it back from the fear. Take it back from the doubt. Take it back from the smallness you were taught to worship. Because if you do not claim it, the world will continue to claim it for you. And a mind unclaimed is a life unlived. Your mind was never meant to be a storage room for other people's opinions. It was never meant to be a museum of old fears, a prison of inherited limitations, a graveyard of abandoned dreams. It was meant to be a forge, a place where thought becomes fire, where imagination strikes steel, where ideas are hammered into realities that reshape the very earth beneath your feet. But forging requires fire. Transformation demands heat. The revolution you seek will not be polite. It will not be comfortable. It will not ask for your permission. It will burn away every lie you've believed about yourself. It will tear down every false idol you have built to safety and comfort. It will demand that you face yourself, fully, brutally, gloriously, because the truth is this. The greatest enemy you will ever face is not the world. It is the small voice inside you that whispers, "You can't. You're not enough. Stay where it's safe." And that voice must be silenced, not with gentleness, but with force. You must shout back with every fiber of your being, "I was not born to cower. I was born to conquer." You must drown out that voice with the roar of your own revolution, with the rising thunder of a mind that refuses to be tamed. You must become deaf to the doubts, blind to the fears, unshakable before the storms. Because the mind that cannot be broken by fear is the mind that cannot be stopped by anything. Belief is not an accessory to success. It is its blood. It is the oxygen of dreams. It is the gravity that pulls visions out of the clouds and into the soil of reality. Without belief, even the grandest dreams evaporate into mist. With belief, even the faintest flicker of possibility can ignite an empire. Carnegie believed, and steel cities rose. Bell believed, and voices traveled across oceans. Ford believed, and horses gave way to engines. They believed when there was no evidence. They believed when the experts laughed. They believed when even their closest friends questioned their sanity. And because they believed, the world changed. You must believe with the same fury, the same defiance, the same sacred stubbornness. Believe not because the world gives you proof. Believe because your mind commands it. Believe because you understand the oldest and truest law of creation. First you believe, then you become. Speak your vision aloud until your own soul trembles. Declare your future until the universe bends beneath the weight of your certainty, because the world does not hand its rewards to the hesitant. It bows before the relentless. But belief without clarity is a sword swung blindly. You must see vividly and ferociously where you are going. You must know in the marrow of your bones what you are building. A vague dream builds vague results. A blurred vision builds blurred realities. Clarity is your compass. Clarity is your map. Clarity is the force that focuses the lightning strike of your will into a single unstoppable point. Sit in the silence and ask yourself, what do I truly want? Not what you think you can have, not what you believe you deserve. What do you want with a ferocity that will not be denied? Name it, claim it, etch it into the stone of your mind so deeply that no storm can wash it away. Because clarity is not a luxury. It is a weapon, and those who wield it carve new worlds from chaos. Once clarity is yours, vision must follow. Vision is seeing with the eyes of the soul what the eyes of the flesh cannot yet perceive. It is the ability to walk through barren fields and see harvests, to look at ruins and see cathedrals, to gaze into the void and see nations rise. Vision is not wishful thinking. It is the blueprint of future reality. It is the architect's draft before the city is built. It is the composer's score before the symphony roars to life. You must live inside your vision. You must breathe it, taste it, touch it in your imagination until it becomes more real to you than the world around you. Because if you can live it within, you will soon live it without. The world outside you is slow to change. But the world within you can transform in an instant. And when your inner world burns with unshakable vision, the outer world has no choice but to catch fire. Hold your vision. Defend it against all doubts. Build it daily in the forge of your mind, because the man who holds his vision longer than his opposition holds its laughter. Is the man who ultimately wins. But know this, the revolution will be challenged. The old world will not surrender without a fight. The armies of your former self, fear, laziness, self-pity, they will rise up like ghosts from the past to reclaim the throne you have seized. They will speak in the voice of logic. Be realistic and don't get your hopes up. Who are you to think you can rise? They will wrap themselves in the banners of caution, pleading with you to turn back, to stay safe, and to remain small. And in that moment, that brutal, sacred moment, you must strike harder than you have ever struck before. You must drive your flag deeper into the soil of your mind. You must declare with the thunder of a mind reborn, I will not return, I will not retreat, I will not kneel. This is the price of revolution. Enduring the assault without surrender. Holding the vision even when the battlefield is shrouded in smoke and the enemy seems endless. Continuing the charge even when your strength trembles and your doubts scream for mercy. Because revolution is not for the faint-hearted. It is for the few who understand. Victory belongs to those who refuse to be broken. When the dust rises and the path vanishes before you, when the voices of doubt thunder louder than your dreams, when every step forward feels like dragging your soul through fire, remember this. The old self must die for the new self to live. You cannot serve two masters. You cannot be both captive and conqueror. You cannot cling to comfort and expect greatness. Revolution demands sacrifice, sacrifice of the familiar, sacrifice of the easy path, sacrifice of the small, hollow victories that comfort but never crown. You must burn the bridges back to your old self. Leave no road home to mediocrity. Leave no shelter for fear to regroup. Leave no quarter for the voice that says, maybe tomorrow. You must stand at the edge of your own becoming and step, not timidly, not hesitantly, but with the full force of your soul into the unknown. Because the unknown is not your enemy. It is your inheritance. It is the raw clay from which all new worlds are shaped. And you are the potter now. You are the shaper. You are the storm that carves new rivers into the stone of reality itself. Let the old self howl. Let the doubts rage. Let the fear scream. They are nothing but echoes of a world that no longer owns you. You have crossed the threshold. You are the revolution now. Now you must walk forward, not as who you were, but as who you have decided to become. You are no longer merely a citizen of the old world. You are a builder of empires unseen. You are a forger of new laws. You are the sovereign architect of your destiny. Carry yourself as such. Speak as one who commands reality. Think as one who molds futures. Act as one who knows that failure is merely the sharpening of victory's blade. When obstacles rise, as they surely will, greet them not with despair, but with gratitude. For each obstacle is a weight to be lifted. Each trial is a flame to harden your steel. Each setback is a stepping stone if you dare to keep marching. Discipline is your armor now. Gratitude is your sword. Vision is your shield. Belief is the war cry that echoes from your lips with every breath. And action, relentless, daily, defiant action, is the bridge you build from the world of thought to the world of flesh. Do not wait for permission. Do not wait for certainty. Do not wait for the world to recognize you. Recognition will come, but it is not your concern. Your concern is the fire you keep alive in your chest. The revolution you continue to wage every morning, every hour, every breath, because there will be days when the dream feels distant, days when the mind grows weary, days when the seduction of the old life calls to you in sweet, poisonous tones. But you are no longer deaf to destiny. You are no longer blind to your own power. You are no longer chained by the myths of your ancestors, the fears of your neighbors, or the limitations of your past self. You are the standard bearer of a new kingdom, a kingdom forged in thought, fortified in belief, breathed into existence through blood and vision and fire. And you will not retreat. You will not kneel. You will not hand back the crown you have seized with your own trembling, blood-stained hands. The revolution is you. The revolution is now. The revolution is unstoppable. March forward, then. March with the fury of 1,000 broken chains rattling behind you. March with the joy of one who has remembered their sacred inheritance. March with the calm, terrifying certainty of one who knows that the battle is already won, because it was won the moment you decided to never again surrender your mind to anything less than greatness. There are no limits now except the ones you refuse to destroy. There are no chains now except the ones you refuse to break. There is no future now except the one you dare to carve from the stone of your own relentless will. Revolutionize your mind, and the gates of reality will shatter before you. Revolutionize your mind, and your life will not merely change. It will ascend. It will ignite. It will roar into a new existence so vast, so luminous, that the smallness of your old life will seem like a forgotten dream. This is your time. This is your hour. This is the moment they will write about when they ask, "Where did the revolution begin?" And the answer will be simple. It began when you, alone, defiant, awake, chose to seize your mind and bend the universe to your will.